Welcome to the Deep Dive. This is your shortcut to getting really properly informed. Today, we're cutting through all the noise in football. Everything from the live action to the crazy transfer market stuff. But what we're really going to dig into today is this kind of shift. How much is all this individual player drama, starting to dictate things for whole clubs, even whole leagues? We'll see that pop up.
Yeah, absolutely. And to give you that full picture, we've pulled from a whole load of sources today. We've got the daily updates, things like the Scottish Premiership, the German second tier, but also those big comprehensive transfer reports from, well, everywhere, really. So it's a proper look at, where football is right now, August 3rd, 2025.
Okay, so let's dive right in then. Get a feel for what's happening on the pitch, like right this minute. Scottish Premiership Falkirk are locked 2-2 with Dundee United late in the game too, 77th minute. And not far off, Dundee are trailing Hibs 0-2. That one's only about 33 minutes in, though.
Right. And it's, it's easy to just glance past these early domestic games, isn't it? But they're so important. I mean, this is where teams start finding their feet, testing out tactics, new signings, betting in. Every point, even now, it sort of shapes the story for the season ahead.
That's a really good point, especially as teams, get ready for the long haul. And speaking of getting ready, let's look over at the Premier League Summer Series. Some big friendlies happening. Bournemouth against West Ham. That kicks off at 7 p.m. UK time. Then later, it's Manchester United taking on Everton. That's 10 p.m. And elsewhere, League of Ireland Premier Division. Waterford plays St. Pat's at 4. Then Shamrock Rovers against Derry City at 7. Oh, and there's still a Swedish Allsvenskan game too. IK Sirius versus Östers at 3:30.
Yeah, and the preseason games, especially for like a massive club like Manchester United, it's not just about running around getting fit. It's basically the manager's lab, isn't it? You see them tweaking formations, fringe players get a run out. We might even see, a brand new signing thrown straight in, like Mbemo maybe. And yeah, those smaller leagues, okay, maybe not global news, but often the stories there, the rivalries, they're just as intense. Really gripping stuff sometimes.
Definitely. And just to complete the picture on the pitch stuff, we've got some results in already today. Sweden's Allsvenskan, Djurgården played Halmstads and Häcken took on Elfsborg. Both were earlier kickoffs. And over in Germany's too, Bundesliga, some results there too. Greuther Fürth beat Dynamo Dresden 3-2. Type 1. Hannover 96 got past Kaiserslautern 1-0. And Eintracht Braunschweig also won 1-0 away at Magdeburg. Those early points, they matter a lot in those leagues. Okay, so that's the sort of feel. But the really big waves, they're often off the pitch, aren't they? Let's talk transfers. Because it's absolutely buzzing today. And I think our transfer of the day, it's got to be Son Heung-Min. It looks nearly done. Tottenham to LAFC, £15 million. That's a huge move to MLS.
Oh, absolutely huge. And what's fascinating here is how many angles there are to it. For Spurs, well, it's a big decision, isn't it? Losing a club icon, but, getting decent money back to maybe reinvest. But for LAFC and MLS generally, wow, it's such a statement. It shows they're not just after, big names nearing retirement. They're getting someone still absolutely top tier.
Yeah.
That can really boost the league's profile globally, attract more eyes, maybe even more players like him.
Yeah. That's a precedent, maybe. And speaking of grabbing attention, let's talk about the most talked about player right now, Benjamin Sesko. Newcastle have apparently put in an offer over £70 million. And Man United is still sniffing around, too. Definitely still interested.
70 million. It really makes you stop and think, doesn't it? What's driving these massive fees for young strikers? It's more than just talent now, I think. It's like a combination of things. TV money, the fact there aren't that many elite finishers around, and clubs are under pressure, from fans. FFP, they need players who can deliver now. So they're basically paying huge money for potential, aren't they? It's a massive gamble. Imagine the pressure on Sesko, a young lad with a 70 million tag. It's intense, much more than even a few years ago.
And you mentioned Man United. They're definitely one of the busiest clubs right now, the most active, you could say. So besides Sesko, they're apparently willing to sell Rasmus Højlund for about £30 million. RB Leipzig are interested, maybe taking him back. And coming in, United are supposedly getting an official offer ready for Fermín López from Barcelona. Oh, and it's confirmed. Bryan Mbeumo, he's signed from Brentford. And it sounds like he might even play against Everton tonight.
Yeah, looking at United, it feels like they're really trying to shake up that attack, doesn't it? Selling Højlund, who they spent big on just last season.
Yeah, big money.
While chasing Sesko and Lopez. It shows they're, maybe quite ruthless if someone doesn't quite fit, or maybe if they see a better option tactically, they'll make the change quickly. It's bold, risky too. But it suggests they really want specific types of players for the manager's system, even if it means admitting a recent signing didn't quite work out.
Right. Now, on to the shocking development today. Ademola Lookman. He hasn't just asked to leave Atalanta for Inter Milan. He's gone public, said he's been treated poorly by Atalanta, blaming the club. Inter are interested, that's confirmed. Wow. You wonder what the atmosphere is like in that Atalanta dressing room now.
That is genuinely quite rare and pretty significant. Players usually, keep these things behind closed doors. Going public like that, it can really backfire. It obviously messes with the team's spirit, makes negotiations harder, and it brings up all sorts of questions about loyalty, player welfare. I mean, looking bigger picture, it kind of speaks to this ongoing power shift in football, doesn't it? Players using their platform, their market value to try and force things. It's more than just a transfer request. It's a player really trying to take control. Could set a bit of an awkward precedent for clubs.
Yeah, very awkward. Okay, moving beyond those massive stories, there's other transfer stuff bubbling away too. Newcastle, again, strong bid in for Ioane Wissa. Brentford sound like they might be willing to talk now. Midfield seems hot. Douglas Luiz, Everton are apparently leading the chase there ahead of West Ham and Milan. And this one's getting some buzz, even though it's lower league. Wrexham. They've put in a proper offer for Connor Cody from Leicester. Ipswich are also looking at Nathan Brownhead, apparently.
Yeah, and if you sort of take a step back and connect the dots, all these moves, they really underline what our sources were saying about the hottest positions, forward and midfield. You see it again and again in these deals.
Yeah.
Clubs are desperate for goals, for creativity, for someone to run the middle of the park. The market's clearly focused on players who can, directly impact the game's outcome, change the scoreline, control the tempo.
So wrapping this all up, what does it mean for you listening in? Let's pull it together. Benjamin Sesko, definitely the most talked about player. That huge 70 million plus offer, it just shows the crazy money for young attackers right now. And the transfer of the day, yes, Son Heung-Min to LAFC for £15 million. Game changer for MLS. Fascinating move for Son, our most active clubs. Clearly, Manchester United, Newcastle, and, Inter Milan now, too, with the Lookman situation. United are busy reshaping things. Newcastle are still pushing hard for top talent. Inter are caught up in this very public drama. And all this action really highlights the hottest positions, forward and midfield. That's where the money's going. And, yeah, we have to mention that shocking development. Again, Lookman going public against Atalanta. It's just so unusual. Really makes you think about player power these days.
Exactly. It all ties together, doesn't it? What happens on the pitch, the pressure to win, it fuels this frantic transfer activity. And the transfers themselves, they're becoming, almost like public soap operas sometimes. These headlines, they really give you a snapshot of where football is today. The pressures, the money, the drama. It's quite the picture.
Well, thanks for joining us for this deep dive into today's football world. As you think about all this, here's maybe one final thought for you to chew on. With things like Lookman's public comments, these huge transfer sagas playing out online, how much is this player-club relationship drama actually affecting what happens on the pitch now? And is this kind of hyper-transparent, player-driven situation just, is it the new normal for football? Something to think about.